Hello and welcome to our letter of the day video. Today we actually don't have a letter of the day. Instead, we're going to be talking about spring. Let's do some phonics and we're going to see if we can decide what the beginning sounds for these spring words are. I'll put the link below so that you can get a copy of this sheet if you'd like to. Let's take a look at the first picture. It's the picture of an umbrella. Let me show you my umbrella. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the word and we're going to try to decide what letter makes the sound that we hear at the beginning. Umbrella. What letter makes this sound? Uh, uh, uh. If you've watched my phonics vowel people video, then you might remember that we take our hand and we put it on our tummy. Oh, like we have a tummy ache. Letter U. U says like umbrella. So let's color in the letter U. Okay, the next one shows a bird. In spring, you're going to start to see lots of birds coming back from migrating. And also baby birds are born in the spring. I have a bird pointer that we use today for calendar time. What does bird start with? I'll give you a hint. B, 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 like popping bubbles if you watched our letter B video. B, b, b. That's B. B for bubbles or B for bird. Let's color in the letter B together. The next one shows a mushroom. What letter makes this sound like mushroom and also like March or Monday? Letter M. Let's color in M. M says as in mushroom. The next picture shows a pretty spring flower. What letter makes this sound like flower? Letter F. Letter F for flower. The next picture is a worm, a wiggly worm. What letter says w, 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 like wake up if you watch letter W video? W, w, w. Yes, let's circle it, W. There we go, that's what it looks like. Now the next picture is a rabbit, and for this letter, we pretended to drive a motorcycle and we made the sound rrr, rrr, rrr. What letter says rrr as in rabbit? Letter R. Now the next picture shows an egg, and we're back to the vowel people. What letter says like what'd you say? Good, that's letter E for egg. The next one shows a turtle. So what letter says t, 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 like a ticking clock? That's letter T. T is for turtle. The last one shows a kite. That's something that you can fly in the spring when there's lots of wind. What letter sounds like k, k, k? Letter K and also letter C, but letter K is the one that we use for the word kite. Now, if you didn't know all those letter sounds, you can go back and watch all my letter of the day videos. We do phonics every day and we learn and practice those sounds. Well, that was our phonics time, and now it's time for math. Let me tell you something about spring. In the spring, it usually rains a lot. That's because God knows that the flowers need lots of rain during this time of year because they're beginning to grow. The trees are beginning to grow again after a long rest during the winter. So, and the grass too, the grass is beginning to grow again. Pretty soon we'll have to cut it. It's going to get so tall. So during the spring, lots of rain comes down. So for math today, we're going to be counting some raindrops. Okay, so there are 10 raindrops here. Let's count them to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not going to take any raindrops away. We're just going to be adding some. All right, let's start with this one. I have no raindrops on the left side. And then all 10 of the raindrops are over here. So 0 raindrops plus 10 raindrops equals how many? 10. We're going to make 10 and we're going to use 6 different ways. There are only 6 different ways to make 10, and that was one of them. 0 plus 10 equals 10. Let's try another one. This time there's 1 and there are 9. 1 plus 9 equals 10. Now how many do you see on the left? 2. 1, 2. Well, there are 8 over here. 2 plus 8 equals how many altogether? 10. 2 plus 8 equals 10. Now I see 1, 2, 3 on the left side and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the right. 3 plus 7 equals 10. This one shows 4 and 6. Can you say 4 plus 6 equals 10? Last one. This one shows 5 on both sides. That's because 5 plus 5 equals 10. Well, I'll give you the link so that you can print this out and you can cut out the raindrops and you can move them around and try to make 10. There's 6 different ways to make 10. See if you can try all 6. Okay, now our color for today is the color blue because often we color raindrops blue. This is how you spell the color blue. B-L-U-E spells blue. B-L-U-E spells blue. Hi-ho, did you know? B-L-U-E spells blue. The big sky is blue. Raindrops are blue too. Hi-ho, did you know? B-L-U-E spells blue. How do you spell blue? B-L-U-E spells blue. Well, for art today, we're going to be making a rain stick. Let me move the camera and let you see. For our art project today, we're going to be making a rain stick. You're going to need a paper towel roll. You're going to need some rice or beans or beads. You're going to need some tin foil and something to close up the ends of the tube, and I just used some brown paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is close up one of the ends of the paper towel roll. So I'm just covering it with brown paper and securing it with a rubber band. Okay, now I'm going to take a large piece of tin foil and I'm going to squish it just like this. Kind of looks like a long snake. Okay, next I'm just going to take a spoon and just wrap the tin foil around the spoon like this. And I'm just going to slide it off and put it inside the paper towel roll. This just helps the rice to not move around quite so quickly. It gives it a little bit more of a rain effect. Okay, so now we need to add our rice into the tube. So I'm just using a funnel to help me do this. I'm just adding in some rice. Okay, and now I just need to close up the other end of the paper towel roll. Now you could be finished if you'd like to be right here, but we're going to decorate it together. I have some fun springtime stickers that I'm going to add, and I also have some embroidery thread. I just picked out some spring colors, and I'm going to tie that around just to make it look really pretty. Okay, so there is our art project for today. We made a rain stick. I'll come back around and we'll see how it works. So let's see how the rain stick sounds, okay? Does sound like it's raining. You can have fun with this rain stick and decorate it however you'd like. Now for science today, we're going to be talking about rain and how we get rain. So that's called the water cycle. Of course, we know that God provides rain for us. And you might even remember a story about Noah's Ark, a time before it rained. And so then it started raining a lot for 40 days and nights, and Noah took his family in the boat and with some of the animals. So that might be a cool story for you to read tonight. Okay, well, let's talk about the water cycle. So what happens is the water that's already on the earth in puddles and lakes and streams and rivers and even in the big ocean gets heated up by the hot sun. When water gets heated up, it turns into vapor. Maybe you've seen your mom or dad or grandma cooking something on the stove, and if it boils and that water gets heated up, then that steam comes up. That's called water vapor. Well, when water turns into that vapor, it just keeps floating up to the sky, like way up where the clouds are. And way up there, it cools down. That's called condensation. So when it's going up as vapor, it's evaporation. And when it gets up in the sky where it's much cooler and that water cools down, that's called condensation. It turns back into water droplets. Well, all those water droplets in the sky begin to form in clouds. More and more and more fill the clouds. Sometimes the wind blows the clouds to other areas. But when that cloud is full and it's ready, all those little water droplets fall back to the earth as rain. That's called precipitation. Well, let's see if we can make a cloud and some rain in a jar for science today. Okay, so I have a jar and it's almost all the way filled with some water. And then I'm going to be using some shaving cream. Not the shaving gel, it has to be this cream. We're going to squirt it on top of the water. It's going to look like a cloud. Okay, let's do it. Whoa, that does look like a puffy cloud. Now all this water is just going to represent the air. And now we're going to add some raindrops into the cloud and let's watch them fall down. For that, I just have a little cup and I put just a little bit of water in there and about 4 drops of blue food coloring. Now you just have a little eyedropper. You could also use a straw. And I'm just gonna drop some of those rain droplets right down on top. This takes just a minute to work, but you'll begin to see some raindrops starting to fall. It's just like real life. It sometimes takes a long time for the water that has evaporated to come back down to the earth as rain. In fact, the wind often blows those clouds far away before it ever comes down. So the water that evaporated in the puddle at your house maybe blew with the cloud over to my house and falls down as rain. So you never know where your rain's been. So you can kind of see those raindrops starting to fall. This is so much fun. It's a lot of fun to just sit and watch. Well, I hope you had a good time today. We learned a little bit about spring and rain. We get lots of rain this time of year. God is watering all his creation, the plants and flowers and grass. Well, if you'd like to, you can make a rain stick today and join me next time for our letter of the day video. See you next time.